Before I start, if you enjoy real, raw stories about love, betrayal, and the messy truth of relationships, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. And after you hear this one, drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to know what you'd do if you were in my shoes. I never thought I'd feel this way about my own home, my own life, the kind of disbelief that grips you in the gut and won't let go. It started with a text of all things, but not from her, from a coworker. Looking forward to seeing you tonight, smirking-faced. I stared at it on my phone, heart hammering, my mind spinning. I tried to shrug it off, tell myself I was overreacting, that I was just being paranoid. I'm usually level-headed, rational. But that night, something felt off. I had noticed the small things before, the ones you're quick to explain away. Missed calls from her that she blamed on work, messages she deleted before I could read them, the sudden need to dress up for an office party I wasn't even supposed to attend. I kept telling myself I was imagining it. She's stressed. I muttered more times than I care to admit. But deep down, a knot of suspicion had been tightening for weeks. When the invitation for the office party came, I didn't plan to go. I trusted her, or at least I thought I did. But a late-night phone call from the company manager, sounding nervous, tipped me off. Just so you know, your wife is here, and it's not just networking. My stomach sank. I told myself to breathe, to calm down. I parked outside the venue and stayed in the car for a few minutes, replaying every memory I had of her laughing, holding my hand, whispering that I was the only one. Were they lies, or just moments twisted now by doubt? The moment I walked through the glass doors, it hit me. The smell of perfume that was unmistakably hers mingled with the faint scent of someone else's cologne. There she was, leaning in too close, laughing too freely, the way she used when we first met. But now it was different. I froze, heart pounding, chest tight. My eyes followed her hand brushing lightly against a man I barely recognized, her smile lingering on his face in a way it never did with me. I wanted to look away, to convince myself I'd misread it. But the conversation stopped for a moment, and our eyes met across the crowded room. I saw it then, a flash of guilt, quickly masked, but it was there. That small flicker was the only acknowledgement of what I already knew. I left my phone on the table, tried to collect myself, and slowly approached. I couldn't speak at first. The room felt distant, the laughter and chatter muffled, as if I was underwater. And then, in the quiet corner of my mind, all the tiny warnings replayed like a film. Her sudden text deletions, her faint smile when I brought up other men, the way she'd brush off my questions with irritation. It all made sense now, and it hurt more than anything I'd ever felt. When I finally confronted her outside the party, in the dim light of the parking lot, she looked scared. Not just of me, but of herself. "It's not what you think," she said, voice trembling. But her hand, reaching for his name on her phone, betrayed her words. She wanted me to believe it, to see her remorse. But the truth was written in her avoidance, in her hesitation, in the way she couldn't meet my eyes. I asked her why, and she whispered something about loneliness, excitement, feeling wanted. I wanted to scream, to hit something, to shatter the ground beneath us both. But instead, I let the silence do the work, the quiet, the finality of understanding. Because sometimes words are useless when the heart already knows the answer. Driving home, I replayed every memory we shared. Her laughter in our kitchen, the mornings we woke up tangled in sheets, her voice calling my name softly while the world outside rushed by. Every one of those moments now carried a sting I couldn't ignore. Betrayal isn't just about the act. It's about the rewriting of history, the way someone you trusted can make you doubt every touch, every smile, every whispered, "I love you." I didn't know if I'd ever forgive her. Maybe I never will. But I knew I couldn't stay. I realized that love alone isn't enough when trust is broken so completely. And as I packed my things and walked out of the apartment we shared, I felt a strange mixture of sorrow and relief, pain and clarity, heartbreak, and the first breath of freedom I hadn't realized I'd been holding my whole life. I won't lie, it's lonely now. Nights are quieter, meals are colder, and sometimes I still catch myself looking for her in the wrong places. But there's a strange strength in knowing I chose myself. In the wreckage of love, I discovered dignity. And maybe one day, the capacity to trust again, slowly, carefully, and on my own terms. If you've ever faced betrayal, if you've ever had the world shift beneath your feet because of someone you loved, I want to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments. How did you move forward? What did you learn about yourself in the process? Your story matters, and it helps others see they're not alone.